Good evening. I hope we find you well on this wet and then sunny at the same time. So a mixture, the four seasons, if you like. And so it's daily living, the leaflet, Strength in Daily Living, Father Sean's. Jesus said, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. My sheep listen to my voice. I know them and they follow me. I give them eternal life, and they shall never perish. No one can snatch them out of my hand. That's the Gospel of John, chapter 10 and 11, and verses 27 to 28. Because I live, you also will live. That's the Gospel of John, chapter 14, verse 19. I am your salvation. Trust me and be not afraid. Isaiah, chapter 12, verse 2. I am the truth. You can trust me. That's June finished. So now, and I have a good friend following me there. So we'll do our little hymn now, won't we? Say hello to Sacred Heart of Jesus. Off you go. Sweetheart of Jesus, fount of love and mercy, today we come, thy blessing to implore. Oh, touch our hearts, so cold and so ungrateful, and make us love thee more and more each day. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore. Oh, make us love thee more and more. Sweetheart of Jesus, fount of love and mercy, to the sweetheart of Jesus, make us pure and gentle, and teach us how to do thy blessed will, to follow close the print of thy dear footsteps, and when we fall, sweetheart, oh, love us still. Sweetheart of Jesus, we implore. Oh, make us love thee more and more. Isn't that lovely? Up there now, Sacred Heart of Jesus, keep an eye on the situation that we find ourselves in, huh? There's our Blessed Mother. Say hello to our Blessed Mother. Lovely lady, dressed in blue, teach me how to pray. How are you, Blessed Mother? Hail, Queen of Heaven, the ocean star, guide of the wanderer here below. Thrown on life's search, we claim thy care. Save us from peril and from woe. Mother of Christ, Star of the sea, pray for the wanderer. Pray for me. O gentle, chaste, and spotless maid, we sinners make our prayers to thee. Remind thy Son that he has paid the price of our iniquity. Virgin most pure, Star of the sea, pray for the sinner. Pray for me. Up there now, Blessed Mother. Keep an eye on things, won't you? That's the love of our Blessed Mother. Lovely lady dressed in blue. Teach me how to pray. Well, how did you get on today, wherever you happen to be? I hope all things worked satisfactorily. Well, after my sacred prayers, my station at the cross out in the sun house there this morning, keeping an eye for the little birds, having their breakfast, and it's funny the way they come along. They seem to stand for a bit, whether they're saying their prayers or what, I don't know. And then they stop and they stand again for a bit, and they're saying thanks. And then they tuck in again. Goldfinches and robins and wrens and blackbirds. Yeah, that's what they do. They come out to stand for a bit. Very strange. Anyways, after that, I headed up to Navan. What did I want to do on Navan? I'll tell you what I wanted to do. I wanted to visit Woody's and get two kind of containers that I can put, that my Eamon would be bringing a clay when he comes around later on in July. And I have got artificial flowers. A very nice lady in Woody's in Navan, in the shopping centre there, was a great help. She brought me down to where these were, because it's quite a big store. And I got the ones that I wanted, and it was marvellous to be able to get what you want. I got two of them. And then I says about artificial flowers, and she says, they're away at the far end. I sure I'll bring you to them. And I was telling her I have two of those containers at my wife Julie's grave. It's her 8th anniversary now, on the 26th of July. And Eamon will be down for that, my good friend Eamon. And we'll be doing our duets when he comes down. He'll be here for a few days, and he'll be over at that. And I got the artificial flowers, and I got 20, 10 and 10, and or 250 each. And she says, don't forget today, there's 10% off. Oh, says, thank you very much for telling me. I wouldn't know about that in a fit. So she was very helpful. So I wished her the time of day and a pleasant day and so on and so forth. And she was very nice. It's lovely to meet people like that, isn't it? And so when I went to the checkout, there was only one lad at the checkout. Another fellow was in front of me, didn't get so many. So I forget what he got. He got a few fresh flowers, and he paid by credit card. So it wasn't much, whatever he got. Now, but mine was a good bit. And the 10% discount come in very handy. Thank you very much. So mine was €50, and I think some odd pence. I think just some odd pence. So I paid cash, and I gave them the €2 or whatever it was, or less, 250s, and I got change. And so I got a discount, which was very good in what I got. The 20 artificial flowers and lovely ones. That'll, when the clay is in the pot and Eamon is bringing down 2 bags of clay. I used to have some over there, but the grass covered it, and you wouldn't know where it was. And Eamon said he put clay over the far side one time when we were clearing things out. And we have flower pots, 3 of them, the same kind of ones that we have, 2 on the larger size and 1 on the other side. But these ones now was for the grave, and I have 2 already down at that side, so I'm on 2 up this side. And so it was the latest to get it. And then I had to go to the bank. And there was a girl in the the attendant there, and she was, God love her, she's learning, and there was an older lady helping her and that. So the one that was, she was there for a good bit, but I was only lodging a check, and still it took a bit of time, wherever they were at. It was going this way and that way and the other way, but anyway, so it wasn't too long really. So they were the two jobs I did, and it was intended to go to the shopping centre. But I said that's going to take more time, so I didn't. I was out between Woody's and the bank. It was enough, and I visited the church and greet Jesus in the tabernacle. How are you, Jesus? I'm looking at you in the tabernacle. You're looking at me, and so I had the car parked in a little spot, like, yeah, because I'm an invalid sign on it. I was able to park, but look, there was only one. There was just four places there at the end, and because it was just only got one, but just I got one, another one pulled out, and it seemed to be busy. I was surprised, like, for a Tuesday, but there was nothing particular on. And he was supposed to say that I got the thing done in the bank, and I didn't bother going. I got the car and came back. Was able to do the rosary going up, and I was able to do the chapel of mercy coming back, and then do a second chapel of mercy for a couple of people that have problems that I pray for, that I know. Yeah, and they come from good families. It's extraordinary. Paired individuals, addicts, so pray for them, the chapel of mercy, that they'll repent. And that's so. Then, when I was finished at that second one, I said the station at the Angelus, because it was just 12 at that station. I got home handy enough. I was able to do a few little things. So it was a bit of work, and so that was the way it went. You'd be surprised, and I missed a couple of freaking heavy showers while I was in the bank. We'd been waiting to, be attended to, and so on and so forth. Be goodness, there must have been a downpour, because there was puddles there. The ducks could even have a swim if they happened to be hanging about. And I think I saw, when I was driving, I think I saw a blackboard sitting in the water, giving himself a good wash. Yeah, because a downpours now, at the minute the sun is shining. But did you ever hear of a sun shower? The sun is shining and it's spinning. We have that kind of thing here. But at the minute, I don't think it's spilling. But when I went out there a while ago, there must have been a downpour, because the car was drowned, and there was puddles. Well, I won't say there was puddles, but there was a pretty lot of rain. And out I went. So that was the thing. So I was busy yesterday. I went up to the cabin, because I bought a new Dacia Sandero there in March, and there's this, what they call a sat nav on it, and it gives you big one, and yapping about tires. So I said, "What's wrong with the tires?" So, and then there was sound coming on, like there's a radio, but don't ask me where I couldn't see where it was. That I could turn it down or turn it off, and so I went called the Woodies up there, but they had nothing. They had only small little yokes. And I said, how come you haven't got the ones that were suitable? I said, well, we're not as big as Navan or something. I said, so you've only mounted them small yokes, so you just get a couple of the other ones. That shouldn't be too hard. So that was a waste of time there. But anyways, I thought I'd kill two birds there. And I went to Super Value, and I got good value there. The large chicken was only $4.50. Usually they're double that because you cook them. Only $4.50, and it was lovely looking. I got that and a couple of other items. It come to about €20. I asked a couple of fellas, "Where's the bread cream?" Because I was getting low. My friend Eamon was here, and he scooped up what he must use it. I use a bit of it in the morning, just to keep the hair intact. I don't use that much, but he takes a good bit. That was nearly gone. I bought it, and I asked a couple of fellas, "Where's the bread cream?" They didn't even know what bread cream was, which is hair oil, men's. Anyways, I found it myself. There was no other staff there that would know things. The women know things far better, but these three, they never actually even heard of bread cream. I couldn't believe it. I just said to myself, "What the hell was it?" I never heard a look of it. Yeah, I didn't even know what bread cream was. And I found it anyway. And I opened it then, and when I got home, and I said to myself, "God, somebody took a bit out of it. I can see by the look of it." Normally you have to sort of this plastic or something, but I was able to open it. There was a small bit gone out of it, so I said there must be another light figured individual putting hair oil in his hair, or assuming he has hair. You'd be surprised the amount of fellas you come across. Young, as bald as a coot. I don't know how anybody could stick going around balding at, we say, 50 or 40, whatever, age wise. I still, thank God, have my hair. I wouldn't like to be bald. I'd get a wig, and hopefully it wouldn't blow off in a strong wind. Save yourself kind of in a peculiar situation. Anyways, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So I got back anyways whole and hearty. And I tried to have a fast day today, but it wasn't that fast. I had a cup of soup, the cup of soup put in a mug. And then there was a few junior pancakes that I had. And I said to myself, goodness, they'd be ground whiskers after a bit. So I put them on and put them in on the oven, on the grill. And so I had them. They're small enough, but they were all right when they were kind of cooked. In the grill. That's all you do. They're already kind of ready for that. So I took them out, and I tucked into it with me mug of soup, and I don't fill it with the hot water. I do with the boiling water, then I leave enough of a space to put cold water into it so as I can drink it without burning me mouth. So I had me 4 pancakes, small ones, only about that size, and I had the four of them, and me bowl of soup, and me mug of soup. So I was licking my chops after that. It was very tasty. So a few good and trusted friends following me there, and I hope you are all welcome and didn't get around it if you happen to be going around today. I was lucky that I escaped because I didn't have an overcoat. I just had my jacket on because you don't need anything heavier than that. Yeah, as a matter of fact, to go around with just a shirt. But with the rain, and I wasn't lucky. I was delayed a bit in the bank. Well, there must have been a downpour. And when I got to the car, I just got in and there was another downpour. I knew what I got. There you are. So that's the way it is. That's the way the cookie crumbles. So I have my artificial flowers, and I got a 10% cut. So the 10%, I was very pleased about that. That saved me about £5 or £6 at least. So buy now and enjoy the rest of your evening wherever you happen to be. And sing a few hymns. Off you go. Even when you're not a good singer, you might clear the room side yourself by now.